Good morning, children. Welcome you all to my English class. To continue with the lesson, Don't be afraid of the dark. So, we shall be dealing with the textual word building activity on page number 75 and 76 of your text. So, children, please turn on to page number 75 of your textbook. Well, before this, we shall have a presentation on the topics compound words and contracted words. So let us proceed. So the first topic, compound words, you all have already dealt with, I think since class 1 or 2, you already know what are compound words. So we'll just have a short recap on it. So what are compound words? Two words joined together to form a new word, and the meaning of this new word is completely different from the words which it is formed. This new word is known as a compound word. So for example, rain plus bow, a rainbow. So the compound word is rainbow, and the meaning of the rainbow is completely different from rain and bow. The next example is flower plus pot forms the compound word flower pot. Here too, the meaning of flower pot is reasonably different from flower and pot. So this is what compound word is. So a few more examples. Rain plus coat is equal to raincoat. Sun plus flower is equal to sunflower. Sea plus horse is equal to seahorse. Butter plus fly is equal to butterfly. Rain plus bow is equal to rainbow. So after we complete the presentation of this, we'll be dealing with the textual part of this question. So now let us move on to contracted words. What's the meaning of contraction? Contraction means to make something smaller or to squeeze together. Okay? So contractions are shortened words that use an apostrophe. You must have seen this mark in punctuation. This is called an apostrophe. So in making contraction, the work of this apostrophe is to replace the number of letters when we make a contraction. So what we do in contraction, we combine two words together. For example, do not. Do not is the full form of the contracted word don't. D-O-N-T. So here, how have we done the contraction? Do remains as it is. The first word remains as it is. And in not, we remove the O from not. And this O is replaced by the apostrophe mark. Okay. So this is what we do. The purpose of the apostrophe is to replace the letters. And you will notice that when we are writing the full form, we write the words separately. But in contracted forms, the words are squeezed together. They are combined together with the help of the apostrophe. Okay, we hear contractions in conversation and see them in writing. That is, we use contracted words both in spoken English as well as in written form. So understanding the proper use of contraction can help us master the English language. So contracted words are very useful both in the spoken English as well as in written form. And we replace the letters that were removed from the original words with an apostrophe when we make the contraction. So the purpose of the apostrophe is to replace the letters which have been removed from the original word to squeeze the words together or to make the contracted form of those two words. So these are list of common contractions. Here there are three columns. The first is the base word, next is the contracted word, and The third column shows the letters replaced by the apostrophe. So the first word is could have, and the contracted form is could have. So you see that the first word is written as it is, could. Here, to make it contracted form, we remove the HA. The letter HA of have is removed, and this HA is replaced by the apostrophe mark, okay, to make it contracted form. Next word is he had or he would. For both the full form of this word, there is only one contracted form, and that is hid. H-E''D. So to make this contracted form, what we do, we remove the HA of had and we remove the WOUL of would. And the first word he remains as it is. You see, you just notice that. He is as it is. We are only removing the letters from the second word to change it into a contracted form. Next is he is. For he is, the contracted form is his. We pronounce it as his. And what have we removed from here? He remains as it is. We have removed the letter I from is, and this letter I is replaced by the apostrophe to make it a contraction. Next is I had or I would. The contracted form is I'd. And what is removed here? From had we have removed HA, and from would we have removed WOUL. Means from both the forms. If you want to write I had in contraction, you will be writing I''D, and if you have to write I would in contracted form, you will write as I''D. Okay. So next is list of some more contracted words. Base word, contracted word, letters replaced by apostrophe. The first word is he will or she will. So how do we write? He'll, she'll, he'll and she'll. So he remains as it is. From WILL, will, we have replaced WI. We have removed WI, and WI is replaced by the apostrophe. And for she will also, we write as she'll. And here also, she remains as it is. And we have removed WI from will. And this WI is replaced by the apostrophe. Next is I will. I will we write as I'll. So here also WI of will is replaced by the apostrophe. So you should notice that the first word remains as it is. Only the replacement is done, or removal of the letters are done from the second word. Next is I am, and we write it in the contracted form as I'm. And here also I remains as it is. We have removed the letter from am, and we have replaced it by the apostrophe. Next is I have. We have changed it into contracted form as I have. We say it fast, I have. So here also HA of the word have is removed, and this HA is replaced by the apostrophe. So the first word remain as it is. Next is let us. So in this word, when we are changing into contraction, let remains as it is, and from us we have removed U, and this letter U is replaced by the apostrophe, and in contracted form we pronounce it as let's. Okay. So some more contracted words. This is might have. So how do we write? Might have. We removed HA from have. might remains as it is. We remove the letters HA from have and those HA are replaced by the apostrophe. Next is must have. Here also must remains as it is. We have removed the letters HA from the word have and this HA is replaced by the apostrophe. Next is she had or she would. In both the word forms, the contracted form is should. That is, she remains as it is and we are removing HA from had or we are removing WOUL from would and these letters are replaced by the apostrophe. So, you should note that apostrophe, there is only one apostrophe mark but it is replacing sometimes one letter, sometimes it is replacing two letters, sometimes it is also replacing four letters, WOUL, four letters it has replaced by one apostrophe mark. Next is should have. Here also should remain as it is. We have removed HA from the second word have and this HA is replaced by the apostrophe. Next is some more contracted words. There is. Here there remain as it is. We have removed I from the word is and this I is replaced by the apostrophe and we pronounce it as theirs. Next is they are. Here they remain as it is. We have removed a from the word are and this a is replaced by the apostrophe and it's pronounced as der. Next is they would. Here also they remain as it is and we have removed WOUL from the word would and this becomes did. They apostrophe D. Next is they will. Here also they remain as it is. We have removed WI from the word will and it becomes dill. They apostrophe double L. The apostrophe here replaces WI from the word will. Next is some more. They have. Here they remain as it is. We have removed HA from the word have. This is replaced by the apostrophe and VE we write. So the contracted form is they apostrophe VE. Next is we had or we would. Here also we will remain as it is. And from the word had we have removed HA and from the word would we are removing WOUL. So the contracted forms become with. We apostrophe D. Next is we will. Here also we remain as it is. We have removed WI from will and WI is replaced by the apostrophe and it becomes we apostrophe double L will. Next is we are. Here we remains as it is. We have removed a from the word are and this a is replaced by the apostrophe and the contracted form becomes we apostrophe re, we're. Some more. We have, we apostrophe VE. We are removing HA from the second word have. Where is, where apostrophe S. We are removing I from the second word is. Next is who is. Here also we are removing I from the second word is and is replaced by the apostrophe. It become whose. Next is you will. Here also we are writing the first word as it is and we are removing WI from the second word and this is replaced by the apostrophe and it becomes you'll. YOU apostrophe double L. So this is how the changes are made. The first word will remain as it is. the replacement of the letters are done from the second word. And in contracted form, we write the words together. There is no gap in between. But when we are writing the long form, remember to leave gap in between the words. So we have already done the positive ones. These are some negating ones. List of negating contractions. So what do these type of contractions do? Contraction like this that include the word not, N-O-T not, negate a verb. Okay? It tells something which is not done, something negative about an action. Suppose I don't like bitter gourd. So it is, I'm not liking bitter gourd. I mean to say that. Okay? So we'll be learning some negative contractions here. So here again the base word, the contracted word, and the third column shows letters replaced by apostrophe. So the negative ones are quite easy, because here in most of them we are just replacing the letter O from not. In most of them, if you just observe, you will come to know that in most of the negative contractions, what do? From the word not, we are removing the letter O and we are replacing that by the apostrophe. So are not, it becomes aren't. So what do? R remains as it is. From the word not, we have removed the letter O and that is being replaced by the apostrophe. Next is cannot. Here it becomes can't. So here the first word remains as it is. From the word not, we have removed, here we are removing N-O. In this word we are removing N-O. So I'll have to correct it. Here goes a mistake. I'm going to correct it. Okay. So next is could not. This becomes couldn't. So here what happens? Could remains as it is. From not, we have removed O from the word not. Some more, did not, it becomes didn't. Again we have removed the letter O from the word not and it becomes didn't. Next is does not. Similarly, we have removed the letter O from not and it becomes doesn't. Next is do not. Here too we write do as it is and we have removed the letter O from not and it becomes don't. Next is had not. The contracted form is hadn't. Here too we have removed, had remains as it is, and from the word not we have removed the letter O. Next is should not. Should remains as it is. From not we have removed the letter O. Was not. Here wasn't. Was remains as it is. From not we have removed the letter O and replaced by the apostrophe. Next is were not. It becomes weren't. Here too were remains as it is and from not we have removed the letter O and replaced by the apostrophe. Will not is an exception. This is very different. You see, it becomes won't. Okay. So here ILL from will, and for not O comes before N. It becomes WONT. So this you have to remember. This is totally different from the rules that we have been studying. So you should remember that will not becomes won't. WON apostrophe T. Okay. So next is would not. Would not becomes wouldn't. Would remains as it is and from not we have removed the letter O and is replaced by the apostrophe. And these are some irregular contracted words. These are some uncommon ones, okay, weird ones. So the first is again the base word, contracted word, letters replaced by apostrophe. Am not, is not, has not, have not. For all this we write ain't. Ain't it, we say like that. It's very uncommon one, you just remember. So I have not given which letters are replaced here, because this is it is different from the rules that we have been doing. Next is ever. Here from the word ever, V is replaced by the apostrophe. He would have. So here from he would, we are using two apostrophes here, you see. From he remains as it is. From would we have removed W-O-U-L and we have written would. And from have we have removed H-A. So for the phrase, this is a phrase actually. For the phrase he would have, we are using two apostrophe. Okay, you should remember all these things. Next is madam. So most of you don't say madam nowadays. What you say as ma'am. So ma'am is the short form of madam. So what are we removing here from the word madam? We have replaced the letter D by the apostrophe and we pronounce it as ma'am. Next is off the clock. So o'clock. So we say 7 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. This actually means off the clock. So here we remove off and da and we just keep O. We keep the O of off and we remove F and da, and this is being replaced by the apostrophe. Next is she would have. Here also, like he would have, we are using two apostrophes. She, from would we have removed W-O-U-L. This is being replaced by the apostrophe and we say as should. And from have we have removed H-A and this is being replaced by the apostrophe. So here two apostrophes are used. Some more, it is, here the apostrophe come before TIS. TIS are joined together and I, the first letter of the first word is being replaced by the apostrophe. Next is it was. Here also they are squeezed together and first letter of the first word is being replaced by the apostrophe. Next is you all. Here Y, O-U is replaced by the apostrophe and we write as Y apostrophe A-double-L. The second word remains as it is. That is why I have said that these are some weird or irregular contractions. So this is all. Let us revise. I think you have understood. Many of the examples were done. So let us revise. For making contractions of two words, the letters replaced by apostrophe is done from the second word only and not from the first, except for the irregular contractions. In all the negating contractions except for will not, the O of not is replaced by the apostrophe. Except for the weird or irregular contractions, in all the contracted words, both the positive and the negating ones, the first word is always completely written and replacing of the letters by the apostrophe is done with the second word. So we have done this, we have learned this, and now we'll be dealing with the textual part of these two questions. So let us move on to the text. Thank you, children.